Hey guys, it's Kate from Cater. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here on the homestead. Peaceful once again after 2 days of disruption and chaos. And I just wanted to shoot a little update that was maybe a little more uplifting on a bit more of a positive note. Sitting here beside this coop that I bought yesterday. You can see my new rooster right in there. He showed up this morning. His name is Festus. And my 3 hens that are still in there. I'll give you a little boo of this coop. After waking up to that yesterday, I immediately went on Facebook Marketplace and started looking for chicken coops. And I was very, very fortunate to find this one. It was an hour away, and the gentleman was really kind. He had a trailer, so he agreed to deliver it to me. I paid him to do it, but it was very kind of him. He understood my situation and had some sympathy for me. He normally doesn't deliver things like this. It's pretty big. My neighbor down the street drove up there with me to help me load it because the seller had a bad back. He didn't want to load it on the trailer, but he could drive it. So my neighbor was available and she drove up with me. So it was really just damage control and crisis intervention yesterday. I bawled the whole day, drive there, drive home, setting this up. We had a lot of reinforcing to do when we moved it. The whole bottom of this nesting box just fell out, which actually was a blessing in disguise to show us how weak it was, because the way it was, a raccoon could have really just pushed it up and gotten in. So we spent some time reinforcing it. I also put an extra beam underneath here. Hello, Festus. So I'm starting over with just 3 hens and a rooster, and it is what it is. So I'm recovering. But I thought it was important to share my failure. I couldn't share anything yesterday until I had a solution in place, and that's kind of the way I work. I don't really share my challenges typically until I'm on the other side of them. But it's important to share failures because I think it's relatable. And, you know, like I said to my son, if you never fail, it means you've never tried. So at the end of the day, I was just trying to give my animals, you know, a really bright, spacious living area. But I've never had chickens before. And what I've learned is that, especially with my setup, having them free range during the day, the enclosure is really just a place for them to have their food and then have a safe place to sleep. It's not really a living area. Now in the winter, yeah, they'll probably spend more time in there, but this coop has got a decent sized run, which is like a separate, you can see it there. Those feeding pipes are really cool as well, so I've been using those. Yeah, so failures, right? At least you're trying. And I'll take the feedback from the universe about, you know, what's working, and try to embrace my own learning and not feel like a sack of poop, or feel like a bad steward. You know, it rattles me. It makes me feel insecure when I'm not able to protect my homestead, my animals. It's really unsettling. But onwards and upwards. So yeah, I'll just show you. So here's the coop. So this is the run. It's a separate structure. The chicken wire on it is not the really heavy duty, well, it is down here at the bottom. This really heavy duty 1-inch wire is really ideal. This stuff up top, it's a bit flimsy, but again, at night, they're not going to be in there. So hopefully nothing will break in. This is the sleeping box. I actually, because yesterday I was working on it, this little latch here is pretty flimsy and the lock hole is really small. So I actually put a screw in there last night so that a raccoon couldn't lift it up. one of my hens did lay an egg yesterday, which is pretty awesome considering how traumatized they must be. So I did put the egg in this box. I am hoping that she'll brood again. Yeah. So yeah, nesting box. This is a little window. I shut this last night, but I kept it open until the sun went down when they were in there for some air. Same thing with this latch, very flimsy, can be lifted up really easy. So until I get a better solution, I actually just put a screw in there to screw it shut because I don't necessarily need to open these doors a lot, but I'll get a better solution for it. This is the door, so it's a slider. And here, let me see, oops. So there's a door in there, and this is the slider. Again, worried that something could open it, so I put a clip and an eye hook, and I just latched it shut last night so it couldn't be opened, because right now I'm because if I had woken up to any damage this morning, I think I would have had a nervous breakdown. So, and then here, there's another big door. Now, I'm leaving these guys inside today just so they can climatize to their new home and also just get over a bit of the shock. Also, Festus can get oriented and on his new property, and tomorrow I'll let them out. The hens are familiar enough with the property that they'll help the rooster to get oriented, and so by tomorrow we'll be back to the chickens running around in my free range situation and a new safe coop. So on my radar, I am going to have to dismantle the other coop. It's too soon right now. I just can't even go in there. So I'm going to give myself the grace of some time, and I'll just take it apart slowly and figure out what I'm going to use that structure for. Also, it's definitely made me reconsider the peacocks and at least having a really secure pen for them, because my kitty cats are going to be the least of my concerns. I've got much bigger fish to fry. So, you know, again, just trying to see the opportunity in this, and yeah. So I guess that's all I wanted to share for now. But yeah, this pleases me. So this little chicken beside the water there has a broken leg. So, and her back is pretty torn up. She's limping around, and I hope that she does okay. From the looks of it, I think she's gonna be okay. Strangely enough, the other two hens I have do not have a scratch. And they're tough bitches, those two. So, all right, here we go again, round 2. And thanks for everything in the comment section. It was really nice to just have some kindness when I was feeling so rough yesterday and responsible. And it wasn't guilt that I felt. I didn't feel guilty, but I felt like a failure. I really felt like I had failed. And that was probably the best word to encompass all the feelings I was having. So the gentleness and the support in the comments meant a lot. So thank you. And yeah, we're just going to go with things happen for a reason. And what's important is how we recover. So solution in place, moving forward. Thanks again, guys. Until next time, I'm Kate from Cater, and I'll see you later.